Hello everybody, welcome to Object Oriented Programming with Java Laboratory. So in this video, I'm going to explain program number 2, that is creating a Java class called student with the following detail as variable within it. So you have to use a variable like USN name, branch and phone number. So you have to create student object and print the values which we have stored in the variables with the suitable heading. So here you have to make use of the classes and object, and you can create the array of object to store the multiple student detail. We will see the code and then we will see the output for this. So here, so this is the program. I have created one class called student. Okay. So these are the instance variable, that is USN, name, branch and the phone number are the instance variable. So this is one method, that is insert data, which is used to read the data and assign the data to the variable. So insert data, one function I have used, and these are the the formal parameter. So I'll pass this value from main function to these variables, that is from the main function. Okay, the actual data, whatever from the actual parameter, I'll store it in this formal parameter, and from these formal parameter I'm storing in the variables. Okay, there's one more method to display the student information, whatever I have read and whatever I have stored in the variables. So I'm printing here. I'm printing the heading as USN, and whatever stored in the variable USN, that I'm printing it. So this is the function to display the student detail, and this is to read the student detail. And the next step. So here, this is the main method. This is the main method. So here I'm creating array of object. So this is student, and here the object, array of object, and by using the new keyword I have created the array of object. So I'm creating a for 100 student, so that I can store the 100 student details. I want to read the number of student, right? For that I have created one variable of type scanner class. So whenever you want to read anything, you have to make use of the scanner class. If you want to make use of the functions of any class, you have to create the object of it. So I'm creating the object of the scanner class. Okay, so now one message I'm asking to the user, enter the number of student. Then I'm using the function called nextInt to read the integer data by making use of the object which I have created for the scanner class. Then I'm storing that in a variable called n. Okay, now, so suppose assume that I have entered two students. Okay, two student, I have entered number of student, I have entered 2 or 5. Then I'm creating here the object of those student. Okay, for int I is equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. So student of I. So this is the first array, that is the first object, that is student of 0 is equal to new student. So here I'm creating the object of the student. For those students, you have to read the data. Okay, so for j is equal to 0, j less than n, j plus plus. So here for the I have to read the data. I have to read the data for how many number of student you have entered. For that many student, you have to read the data. So that's why I use the for loop here. So system.out.println, it will ask you enter the user name, branch, and a phone number. And we are reading it and storing in a variable called user name, branch, and a phone number. So these are the actual parameter. These are the actual parameter that we are passing to a function called insert student. So here USN name, branch, and a phone number. USN name, branch, and phone number I have used here of type string, and the phone number is of type long. Okay, so this data, whatever the values I have read, I am passing to a function insert data here. Insert data. Make sure that the type should match. So here the USN I have used string, and the name I have used string, branch I have used string, phone number I have used long. So here also you have to use a string long. If the number of parameter or their type mismatches, then you will get an error. Okay, So I pass this to the insert a student. So in which student st of j? What does it mean? St of j means st of 0. That means for the first student, for the first student, I'm storing this data. Again, my for loop will go continue until the condition become false. It will be in the loop. So then j plus plus j value will become a 1. That means for the next student, second student, we should ask the second student detail we should ask. So here you'll get a message, and again you'll get a message, enter your name and the detail of the second student. So once you enter it, then here st of 1, that means store for the student, second student, store the data for the second student. Okay, so once the loop become false, it will come out of it, and then we have to print, right? We have to print, and we have the display function. Okay, that is a display student method already we have defined in the class, that we have to call. How many times we have to call that? If you write only object dot display, it will call only one time. For example, st0 dot display student, it will call for one student, that is the first student. Okay, if you use st of 1 dot display student, then second student detail you will get one message here, system.out.format. So student one detail you will get. So for that, because I value is 0, I'm incrementing 1, I plus 1. So you'll get student 1 detail, student 2 details, student 3 details, like that. So here for the first student st of 0, so where we have student, where we have stored the details, we have stored the details you know student wise. That is here student 0, that object wise, student 0, this is the first object. So I'm calling it st of 0 dot display student. It will display the first student detail. Then I plus plus st of 1 second student, I plus plus st of 2 third student detail. It is depend upon what is the number you have given, how many what is the n value you have given. Okay, based on that, it will ask the the details of that many student, and it will display those many student detail as well. Okay, so this is the program. I'll just run this program and show you people. We will see the output. Java sample, I have created one folder. Java lab, I have created one more folder. Okay, so I have to view Java C, and the file name is a student dot Java. Okay, now if there is no error, it will not display anything. Then Java space the file name student. Now it is asking me number of student. It depend, like better you give only the small number. I'll give 2. Now it is asking enter the USN. I'll give 100. I'll give name as Imran for the student name. The branch I'll give as a CSE. Phone number I'll give 988 Okay. So it is asking for the one more time, because I have given number of student 2, right? For the second student it is asking. So now this time I'll give 101. USN I'll give name as Rahul. I'll give the branch name is IC. Phone number I'll give 924212112211. Okay. Now I got the output. Student 1 details are, so here whatever I entered, so it displayed as student 1 detail. Student 2 details are, these are the student 2 details. Okay, this is the output. Now same program I'll show it in Eclipse. The Eclipse software. Already I have created a project here, that is lab underscore Java. This project already I have created. I'll right click on this. If you want to know how to create a project, you can watch the first video, first program video. So right click on this, go to new, create a class called new. So here I'll give the class name is as a student. I'll click on finish. Now here I'll paste my program, save it, then compile it. So once you compile, if there is no error, you will get the output. So yeah, we don't have any error. So it is asking us enter the details. I mean number of student. I'll give 2. Then it will ask the detail of the student. I'll give student name, and the name I'll give Virat. Click enter. I'll give the branch CSC. Phone number, I'll give something. Enter the student, second student detail is asking. I'll give 101. I'll give Rahul as a name. Then branch is IC, I'll give. Phone number is, I'll give 9412 733. Okay. So here it displaying the details of the student 1 and student 2. Student 1 details and student 2 details. Okay. So this is the program. Thank you. I hope you understood the program. So this is the second program. Thank you.